Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the people. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this mess. Listen to this. This is according to TMZ. So, Bachelorette alum Rachel Lindsay is firing back at her estranged husband's request for tons of spousal support, but she is willing to cough up nearly 5 figures each month. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the Bachelor Nation personality and podcaster says, based on what they each bring in per month, she should be cutting Brian about Abasolo a monthly check of $9,882 and spousal support. Girl. Girl, I almost passed out like it was my money. Okay. Girl, I almost went upside somebody's head for owing me $80. Okay. So I couldn't imagine having to pay my ex-husband almost $10,000. Okay. Anyway, in the docs, Rachel says she brings in $61,019 per month. I said, "Oh, Lindsay, she doing all right." I ain't think Lindsay was making that much. I mean, I ain't never really thought about her, but I didn't think that. I was like, "Okay, girl, mama, that's a cute little coin for a woman with no kids." I don't think she has any kids. With no kids, girl, you living your best life. I know that's right. And she calculates his gross monthly income as $13,413 from his work as a chiropractor. As we reported, Brian is seeking spousal support, and he claims he only made $16,000 in all of 2023. Well, girl, I need you to get up and go break some necks, pop some backs, girl, pop some legs, okay? Crack some bodies, because it doesn't make any sense that if you're attached to a woman like Rachel Lindsay, who I wouldn't put her up there like as an A-list celebrity, but girl, just with you knowing her, that should be enough to kind of put you in a, put you out there with other people. You know what I'm saying? Girl, it sounds like he just lazy if you ask me. But or either Rachel's over there being a fool taking care of a man. Either he lazy or either Rachel was a fool taking care of a man, husband and all. Okay. But here Rachel is saying that she has a hard time believing that figure and claims he also received some income from social media. I don't believe that he only made $16,000 in 2023. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. If that man only made $16,000 in 2023, he is a bum at his big age. With the connections that you have through Lindsay and with his newfound fame, I'm saying fame because I didn't really know about this man until now. I don't believe that he will be bringing $16,000. Anyways, Rachel also claims Brian is refusing to move out of their home and isn't paying his share of expenses around the house since filing for divorce. Brian filed divorce docs in January, and now Rachel is saying he told her about the filing via text message only 30 minutes after they had an in-person conversation where he never mentioned it. But I would be evil. I would be evil if I went onto a game show. Girl, y'all to convince me to marry this white man. Okay, y'all didn't convince me to do nothing. But girl, I done went onto this game show, girl, and I done fell in love with this white man. And girl, turn around, girl, he's trying to get me for my coin. Girl. And so I'm assuming based off of the fact that she's offering him almost 10,000, girl, I guess that I would assume, I don't know, that her lawyers are telling her, girl, you're gonna have to pay him something. And she's saying, well, I'll give him this 10. But I ain't giving him no more than that. Ooh, girl, I will be evil. Girl, I know she feels like a dummy. I know she feels like a dummy because she went onto a game show, fell in love with this man, and now he's turning around trying to get her for her coin. And I know on top of her feeling dumb, I know she's highly, highly angry. Girl, can you imagine? But see, that's what happens when you marry the bus driver, girl. No shade. No shade. No shade. Ain't nothing wrong with being no bus driver. But if you gonna marry the bus driver, girl, because she ain't have no prenup either. She didn't have a prenup. This is a mess. So she's probably going to end up giving him at least 10. He wants more than that. He wants more than the 10 because he believes that she makes more money than what she's saying that she makes based off of the extravagant trips that they've taken. I read that in another article too. Let me see if I can bring that one up just a minute. I had it here. I'm sure I still do. Hold up. Let's see. There we go. Here we go. Yep. Page 6. That was TMZ. This is page 6. So, Bachelorette alum Rachel Lindsay blasts estranged husband Brian Abasolo. I'm just going to call him Brian for exaggerating glamorous lifestyle trips and divorce petition. This was published on June the 27th. That's today. Yeah, today. So Rachel Lindsay is blasting her estranged husband Brian for allegedly exaggerating their glamorous lifestyle in his January divorce petition. In Lindsay's responsive declaration exclusively obtained by Page 6 on Thursday, the former Bachelorette star says that she does not consent to Brian's request for spousal support and attorney fees. I am not flush with cash, as he believes me to be. And I certainly cannot pay his attorney $75,000 to litigate our uncomplicated divorce. If I did so, I would not have sufficient funds remaining to pay my own counsel. The former lawyer claims she has approximately $88,500 in non-retirement funds, and that her financial situation has changed in the last 5 years. Lindsay currently co-hosts the Higher Learning podcast with Van Lathan. I have had sporadic social media deals, but my primary source of income since 2023 has been from my work with Spotify. The ex-reality star goes on to say that the estranged couple's marital standard living was nowhere near as glamorous as Brian portrays it to be. See, that's why you got to start dating on your level, because Brian, even though he's a doctor, he's a chiropractor. You better go find you a chiropractor. Shout out to Mariah, girl. He's a chiropractor, girl. When he probably got with Lindsay, and because Lindsay makes more money than him, girl, them taking a trip to Miami and staying in a 5-star hotel, that's probably glamorous to him. Because girl, he was probably going to Miami and staying at the hotels that we stay in on South Beach, the little boutique hotel. And Lindsay was like, girl, I don't fool them little 2-story hotels on Ocean Drive, girl. I stay around the corner at the at the SLS. That's where I stay. Girl, I stay at the Lowe's. Okay, girl, I stay at the Lowe's on the other side of town. Okay, girl, I stay at the Ritz. So, girl, he probably got used to a little yang, just a little extra, just a little extra glamour in the trips. And now he thinking Lindsay got all his coin. If Lindsay is bringing in the $61,000, I think that is a decent amount. But I also don't think that's a lot of money where people will feel like they just have this glamorous lifestyle. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I think that you could live a good lifestyle, especially if you don't have any kids. But I still don't think it's a lot to the point where God will be thinking, girl, you could go out there and hang with, girl. You know what I'm saying? Girl, I don't think you could just be out there, girl, hanging with Jeff Bezos and his homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, shout out to Rachel, girl. Hopefully she get everything rectified. Again, she doesn't think that she should have to pay spousal support. But based off if she has to, it should only be the $9,882,000. I don't know where I'm getting these numbers from. $9,882, and not whatever number he's requesting. Girl, Brian, girl, get you a job, girl. And you a nice looking man. You got a nice body. You better go start your OL. That's what the other girl's doing. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, let's move on, y'all. I said I wasn't gonna talk about them anymore, but I mean, it's in the blog, so I said I guess. So this is according to the Jasmine Brand 365. So Simon Guobadia is taking more legal action against his estranged wife, Porsha Williams. The businessman filed a motion against the reality TV star, seeking to hold her in contempt as she's allegedly being willfully withholding mandated financial records in their ongoing divorce. A report from Radar Online states that Simon Guobadia submitted the court filing recently accusing his former spouse, Porsha Williams, of intentionally breaking the law by refusing to hand over financial documents the court ordered her to produce. His lawyers wrote in the motion. Girl. They additionally claim that due to Porsha Williams' lack of respect for the court order, the production company behind The Real Housewives of Atlanta, True Entertainment LLC, is also being uncooperative, adding in the complaint. Girl, Simon, girl, I'm not. Simon is trying to get Porsha fired. Simon is trying to get Porsha fired. Simon is trying to make her life so miserable to the point where he is not only going after Porsha, he's also making sure that he gets the employers involved too. Like it's one you that's just like if your job. Like it's one thing for you and your man to be going through something and then go next start bringing your job into it. It's like, girl. Now Simon, not only is he's going through with Porsha, but he's also bringing Truly Original LLC into it. He's bringing Bravo, NBC, Universal into it, right? I think he's tried to subpoena them to come to court. But Simon is a fool, baby. But this is the hashtag love wins. This is what y'all said. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say nothing else. As previously covered, Simon Guobadia has been attempting to secure Porsha Williams' financial documents for some time, claiming that a deal she signed shortly before the divorce drastically changed the terms of their prenup. In case you're unfamiliar, the two have been going back and forth about the validity of the pre-marriage agreement, which will ultimately decide who retains their marital home and spousal support, among other things. In the latest motion, Guobadia claims that Williams signed a multi-million-dollar deal with NBC Universal Entertainment in the days before she filed for divorce, and argues that he needs to see every document related to her contract, finances, and conversations with RHOA producers to prove that she no longer needs his money. I'm out of it. I'm not even gonna come down here and give my spiel. I'm gonna leave it alone, girl, because I'm sure I'm gonna give it another day. So I'm gonna leave it alone for today, girl. But I really want to go into my spiel, but I'm gonna leave it alone, girl. Let's move on. All right. So Lakers' new head coach JJ Redick denies calling woman the N-word. All right, so JJ Redick, the newly appointed head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, is facing serious accusations after being introduced to the team just 2 days ago, June the 24th. Now, you know, I have a hard time pronouncing folks' names. Her name is Halleemah, Halleemah, but I'm going to call her Miss Nash. So, Miss Nash, an Arthur and Duke alumni, recently took to X, formerly Twitter, to allege that JJ Redick had directed a racial slur at her during their time at Duke University. In the shocking post, she wrote, I've been called the N word before to my face by a white man once in my life, and it was on the campus of Duke University while I was doing work with a basketball team. And today he was named the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. What a world. She also put, for context, this was years ago, and I'm a believer that we all have space to grow, especially from our college level maturity. We live in a world where these exchanges happen, and the intersection of race and privilege and lack of accountability all collided with that pressure. In response to these allegations, a spokesperson for JJ Redick reportedly told media outlets, no, it never happened. Of course, girl, he not gonna come out and say, yeah, I call her a nigga. Like, girl, like, of course he gonna say he didn't do it. JJ Redick, renowned for his standout college career at Duke and a successful 15-year NBA tenure, has transitioned into coaching as a Lakers' new head coach. In his new role, he recently stated, girl, I was when I first saw it, I was like, girl, he kind of young. To be, is he like? I don't keep up with basketball. I thought that was kind of young for him to be like a head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Anyways, all I want to say is this, because I saw some people online. Why does she, y'all love to say, well, not y'all, but people love to say or act as though there is an expiration time when it comes to the truth or when it comes to people's stories. Um, well, they may be one in the court of law, but that does not mean that whatever happened, happened. I think it happened. I don't think she's lying at all. I don't. Um, some people were online saying, why would she wait now? Why does she wait till he's now a head coach? I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound real trifling. I think when people have issues with people or things have happened to people, right? Whether it's someone calling you a slur, um, whether it's someone doing something to you, right? We ain't gonna go down a list of stuff. Um, and you've probably tried to work through that or you've forgotten about it, right? Depending on the severity of the situation. Um, I do think that if you see that person who has now been put in a position of power, like being the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, all of those things start to come back, right? I think if someone did something to you and you found out, this is not to sound, I don't want to sound insensitive, but if you found out that there was just some homeless man on a corner, you might be like, oh, girl, they say he homeless, girl. That's what his ass get because he did X, Y, and Z to me, right? And you probably wouldn't care. But if you find out this person who did something to you is now like the president of the United States, or he's a CEO of some Fortune 500 company, or he is some doctor, or he's some lawyer, then you might be like, girl, y'all just hired this man to be your lawyer of the company, and girl, he did X, Y, and Z to me in college. He did X, Y, Z to me in high school. He did this senior year in college. He did this, while we in grad school. Or she did this in grad school. So I think that based off of the fact that JJ Redick is now the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, it probably brought back up what happened to her. And she's just saying, girl, I can't believe the person who called me the N word is also now the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I just feel like that's how I think she's also acknowledging too, and I've said this before, believe it or not, I try and realize people be homophobic. People be transphobic. Some of y'all still are. I don't know why y'all be over here on my channel though. Girl. But some people are still homophobic. Some people are transphobic. Some people are racist. They have said things in the past, right? And I do believe that people can grow and change. So even if I found out that you were using the F word 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and you said that you have changed and you no longer think that way or act that way, I would be like, oh, okay, right? So I think that she's trying to acknowledge that, yes, he said what he said to me, but I'm also going to acknowledge that, girl, we were basically young at the same time, or we were in college. We ain't gonna say young like children, but we were still young adults, right? When it probably happened. So, he used the language back then. There's a chance that he doesn't use the language anymore. Of course, now that it's come up, he's going to say he didn't do it. I think he said it. It is what it is. Let's move on. All right, y'all. So listen to this. RemyMa's son, Jason Scott, arraigned after being charged with unaliving an NYC shooting. This is according to people.com. So, we've talked about this a couple of times since this came out. So RemyMa's son, Jason Scott, appeared in court on Tuesday, June the 25th, after being charged with unaliving the week prior. According to ABC New York, the 23-year-old was arraigned on a 7-count indictment, along with an accomplice for the 2021 shooting death of 47-year-old Darius Gillibo. Per the outlet, Scott was charged with first and second degree unaliving, 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, and reckless endangerment in the first degree. Girl. Reps for RemyMa did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Scott's alleged accomplice, 22-year-old Richard Swigert, was also charged on Tuesday. This is so sad. Girl, y'all 22 and 23 and probably about to go to prison for the rest of y'all life. Um, mm, he was also charged on Tuesday and already in police custody in connection to another. Girl, listen to this. Listen to this. Are y'all listening? Listen. Scott's alleged accomplice, 22-year-old Richard Swigert, was also charged on Tuesday and already in police connection to another 2021 killing. Girl, y'all just be taking people out like it ain't nothing. Both Scott and Swigert were arrested on Tuesday, June the 18th, in retaliation to Gilbo's unaliving. The New York Police Department confirmed a statement shared with People. Authorities said the crime took place in Queens on June the 7th, 2021. Girl. Honey. Remy said that he ain't do it. I guess we'll find out if he did it or not, child. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But girl, good. Anyways, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.